How was your weekend? How was everything? I had an eventful weekend. A mix of everything, a mix of traffic at unexpected places. Um, my how do I put this now? My other side came alive over the weekend. My thespian side actually. I had to be merry for just a few minutes on stage, and it was indeed a wonderful experience. Okay, and then of course I had to be at an award event, and here I am today on the sunny side of life. As always, we get to have ethical, philosophical, and thought-provoking discussions right here, and today is not going to be any different. The gift of a good start is on the table today, and you may be wondering why we are having this discuss. It is funny, isn't it? You realize that the casual chats we have around the dining table on a family road trip or a girls' night out, a boys' day out, or whatever it's called, often carry the weight of real life philosophy. And today we're diving into one of those observations: the idea that some people succeed or find themselves in a profoundly advantaged position, not just by sheer hard work, but because of a head start gifted to them by family, friends, or just fortune. So there was this thing I saw online, and you know how on social media it seems like everyone loves to brag. Yes, yes. And you may have to be careful with the person you engage with, because you never know who that person is in reality. And some people feel like they have arrived. But then again, if you know how this works, money day and money day. So you might just be thinking you are chatting with a nobody, or you're responding to a nobody, only to realize that this person is actually something. And this person didn't have as much opportunities as you did have. However, this person is able to make something meaningful. They've been able to turn, what's it called now? They've gone through the fire, and they have been refined, and they have now become fine gold. So it was an ex. A guy shushed the lady, like, he told the lady that, rich. This is me trying to briefly state what exactly transpired. And another lady in the comment section on X wasn't having it. And she had to ask, the way you're sounding, you sound like you own this world. Who exactly is your father? What exactly is it that you do that makes you feel like you could talk to any lady, anyhow, and, no remorse or something? And then the guy goes on about how he's in a legal firm. He said he doesn't work for anybody, so he's not paid salary. He earns according to the number of cases, and the law firm is a family law firm. It was started by his father, and then he mentioned his father's name and said, "Oh," and then the lady goes back and replies, "Oh, family business." Now the guy ended his own, how you see, it seemed like he was putting life story. It ended it by saying, "Again, I ask, who is your father?" And the woman goes ahead to respond that, unlike you, good a thing, you have a father who has, done a lot. He has set a template, and he has done this, and he has done that. Unlike you, I didn't have that. Oh, everything I am and all I am today, I started myself. I lost my father at a very tender age. As you're talking to me, this is a civil engineer who did not just end in engineering. She went on to talk about the other things she had done. And how she had done this outreach and that outreach and the other outreach and several other things. And the guy came back like with a clap back. For those of you on X, you understand exactly what I'm saying. And he goes, oh, you do this, and you feel like you've done something. Well, we have been able to do this, do this, do that. And you know how they say some human beings, you just have to Google them. As in, when you Google them, you will know exactly who you have been chatting with. And maybe humility will dawn on you. And that was when someone in the comment section, seeing what was going on between the two of them, now dropped the bombshell. This lady is not in this country. Yes, she has this NGO, but she runs it in Nigeria. It's not even an NGO. She has this outreach. It's an outreach she does, fully funded. She does it in Nigeria. However, she is a top person in the health sector in the US. She be Madam Ganga, she be boss. She's not Commissioner for Health Nigeria. She's not Commissioner for Health, Commissioner for Health River State or Minister for Health Nigeria. She is in charge of health abroad. And she's a Nigerian. And by the time they did the Google search, they brought out other things that she did. She's a citizen of the other country, girl. And after they dropped that thing, the other guy stopped arguing at that moment because, now your papa money, now your papa legacy. Good a thing he gave you that head start. However, there are people who did not have it. There are people who did not have it. And they have gone on to make things happen for themselves. How beneficial can that be in the long run? I mean, when I look at my life now, I'm imagining if I was born into another family, they have opened more doors for me. And it's not just about the family where you're from. It's the family you marry into for the woman, right? Some for the men is the family they marry from. They probably were nobodies before. And all of a sudden, they have become something. And people will not let them hear the last of it. If nobody say you marry so and so, who for sabi you? If nobody say you be the daughter of so and so, who for know you? If nobody say you know that if nobody say, there's always that if nobody say. A head start is a good thing if you look at it. And it's not about marriage alone. It's not about who gave birth to you. For starters, a quality education, yes, is a good head start. The opportunities that will be available to you because you have that first of all. But then, life, they say no balance. A head start is like starting a marathon 10 miles ahead of the park. What that means is when they're saying everybody is here on this line and they're saying on your mark, get set, go. You say your own start line is not the same way with these other people. Already like 10 miles in front. So it's already rigged to favor you. So everyone starts from the start line. You are already probably halfway down the finish line. And then they blow the whistle. And everybody is supposed to run and catch up with you. Come on, how possible could that be? So it's starting a marathon 10 miles ahead of the park. It doesn't mean you won't stumble or that you won't have to run. But it drastically reduces the distance you need to cover and the initial obstacles that you will face. Ethically, this is where the waters get murky. We celebrate hard work. We must acknowledge that some people have an initial resource advantage that compounds over time. This isn't just about wealth. It's about access and accumulated advantage. So let's take the likes of Davido. For instance, let's assume Davido did not succeed in music. He wouldn't have suffered, all right? So there are other artists that are equally good, even better than Davido. But you see, they just went to a studio down the road, probably at MNK bus stop here, and they recorded with one producer who does a really great job. And then they put it in a CD. But you see, they ain't got no money for promotion of the music. They don't have access to the event people, event managers, the who is who that run things that can put them on a billboard as a guest artist. They don't have, to radio stations and say, hey, I just released this nice track. They don't have nobody. They don't have anything. What they just had is that small money they just gathered together, went into the studio to wax album or to do EP or whatever it is. And every time they go to events, they will either meet the MC backstage or they will meet the event organizer. Can you give me an opportunity? This song is very sweet. Oh, this song, and they probably will give them an opportunity, or sometimes they tell them, come on, get away from here. It's say we come here, can't sell banana. So the only people that will ever get to hear that song is their friends. And their friends will keep saying, nice jams, man, nice jams. You they sing, not be saying that and say. But that not be saying that them say doesn't translate to anything. But you see the likes of Davido, Head Start. I'm just giving you an example. He will most likely get money for promotion now. His father is big. His family is big. So he would have a few people that will play his jams somewhere where those jams will call for a conversation and they will begin to ask questions. So they can even pay to come on radio and talk about their song. They can pay to put it on any platform whatsoever. They have rich kid friends who would vibe to the song, who will be driving, wind down their glasses and blast the music. And on the beat is Davido. And before you know it, this guy is playing it. This guy is doing a video about it. It's buzzing on social media. Is number one on Apple. Is this one? Is that one? As simple as that analogy. But then again, let's come back. We all agree that education, a quality one, that is a major head start. But what about the less obvious, more subtle forms of advantage? The ethical challenge for us all, regardless of where we started, is this. If we accept that life isn't a purely level playing field, that head starts are real, what is our moral responsibility? Is it to pretend that starting the line was the same? Or is it to use whatever advantages we have been given, whether through luck or inheritance, to lift others and advocate for a fairer race? Beyond having quality education as a head start, again I ask, what else would qualify as a head start for success? As a head start for success, I beg your pardon. Now, if you could choose one non-financial head start to give every single person on earth, just so that the field is a level playing field for everyone, what would it be? 0817 923 0002. Again, 0817 923 0002. Once again, 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003. Once again, 0809. I beg your pardon, 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number for your WhatsApp and Telegram messages is 0809 306416 on X at Nigeria Info PH and Facebook page Nigeria Info 90.3 PH. Good afternoon. Welcome to the sunny side. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good afternoon. My name is Atisi from Alo.
Your name is?
Atisi.
Atisi. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead.